Hey, as you can see, I decided to finally embrace the Slavic tradition of looking like an orphan. I quite like it. I think I look sexy and dare I say it, a little bit dangerous. It's not the first time that I've buzzed my hair. I did it like 10 years, 12 years ago, perhaps, and I remember disliking the shape of my head a lot, but I dig it. I dig it now, and I'll tell you more. I'm planning to take it. I'm gonna take it one step further. Once I get a little bit bored with it, I ordered some bleach on Vinted. So as soon as I feel like I need another change of image, I'll just go full Slim Shady on myself. Also, I hope it's not too noisy. The summer in Spain is already here, so I'm going to be living with perpetually open windows and sweating a lot on camera, if you remember that from the last summer. But anyway, let's talk about art. So I haven't properly painted in about a month, so since my last video. I did paint, but nothing went beyond the first sessions. I was going through somewhat of a artistic existential crisis. I've been very emotional, very sentimental this month, and every time I would look at my paintings, I'd feel them empty of any feelings. And let me show you what I mean. Where's it? Where's the painting? Gotta hit this 30 euro easel. First thing I do when I when I'm rich is buy one of those 500 euros oak clunky easels, very sturdy, with those little boxes for your paints underneath, and maybe tiny wheels. Anyway, this is the painting that I did for my last video, so if you want to see the process, check it out. And I was quite content with it when I finished it. But now, when I look at it, it feels very uneventful. I'd say the word is. It just, I don't know, it's just a picture. It doesn't make me feel anything. It doesn't evoke any emotion. She doesn't feel real at all. And then one of the paintings that I did last month that I abandoned, this one, again, it was only the first session. I decided not to continue it because I didn't like the framing. I really don't like when portraits cut by the joints, like by the waist in this case. It doesn't matter if you're doing photography, films, painting, drawing, you never cut by the joints. It just looks very unnatural. But I did like a lot how the face was turning. It has this rawness and nastiness, I would say, in the way that the paint is applied. And even in this early stage, it works so much more than that finished portrait. You see what I mean? Or the difference are too subtle that only I can feel them. And I can't say that about all of my paintings because almost all of them are still being exhibited, and I would need to see them in pictures to truly know how I feel about them right now. But what I do know is that I do need to change something. I don't want to be painting pictures. I want the sense of humanity and honesty in my portraits. So that's what I'm gonna try to achieve today. I still don't feel yet emotionally ready for a for a medium canvas size portrait, so I'll go back to a small scale oils on paper. But I feel positive about it. As I said, I've been so emotional, so sentimental lately. Maybe that's one of the reasons that I buzzed my hair. Maybe maybe I just went Britney circa 2007. So we'll see. I don't know. So as I come from 3 failed paintings in a row, I really don't feel like spending time on creating something new. So instead, I'm going to steal a portrait idea from Alfred Egerton Cooper. I've never heard of him, but Pinterest keeps recommending me this painting of his portrait of an Indian lady. I think it's because from all the past times that I looked up for sari patterns on Pinterest. And I really like this painting. I really like the simplicity of it. And here I want to go into why I think you should always steal from artists to achieve your own style or simply to improve. But first, I think I should clarify what's, in my opinion, the difference between copying an artist and stealing from them. When you copy an artist, you try to imitate his style, his techniques. You're not claiming any originality, and even though people say that it's a good way to learn, I don't see how. I don't, because copying another artist style, it is so difficult. I feel like you spend most time being frustrated with yourself than learning anything. Like I constantly see people copying Sargent or Turner, all those classics. And you don't even want to paint like them. You want to be original. You want to do something new. When you're stealing, though, what you're stealing is moods, colors, gestures, composition. It becomes less about trying to replicate a painting and more into reinterpret it in your own way. I'm never gonna be able to copy Cooper in his painting, but I can paint in my own style. So I'm gonna steal his subject, which is this Indian lady. I'm gonna paint the same clothes, the same face, of course, in my reinterpretation of it. And because I'm stealing and not copying, I don't have to worry about trying to imitate him as close to his own style as I can. Instead, I can have fun, I can be free. I don't have to worry about crossing ethical lines in art. Although Cooper has been dead for like 60 years, so not like it would have mattered anyway. But also just think, how would you much rather try and recapture the technique of a painting or its mood that it transmits? I developed my style by stealing other artists. I stole from Alice Neal, I stole a little bit from Lucian Freud. Can't think of any more right now, but I'm telling you, I've been stealing a lot, and I feel like I've created something new, unique to myself now. So steal from other artists, reinterpret it your own way, and you'll be able to find yourself, your own voice. I love it. You know what? It doesn't only make me feel, it made me feel while I was painting. It's wonderful. There are a few things that I want to change, especially regarding the nose. So if I do it, I'll just update my thumbnail and you'll be able to see it. But it's a wonderful painting. I'm definitely on the track of what I want out of creating art. And you know what? I do feel now very, very, very motivated. So next week or whenever I'll upload the video, I'm gonna stop saying next week, because sometimes I'll go through these artistic crises and I just don't paint for weeks. But anyway, yeah, now I want to apply what I've learned to something bigger, to a bigger painting, a bigger portrait. So I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.